Welcome to part 2 of the Chaos Sorcerer paint series. This section is going to be all of the detail work, very small parts, and painting usually from dark to light colors. So if I'm painting brown, dark brown to light brown, red, dark red to light red. But it's lots of transitions and lots of magic wash. As much as I hate to admit it, this stuff works, to pick out all of that fine detail and really make things have a crisp edge on all of it. Let's get started. Starting out, we're on the lower left leg part of the model, just using some gunmetal and some brass to pick out the chain and metal details that are on it. Breaking out the magic wash again to add depth to the metal chain and the metal caps on the scrolls. Time for a light silver over the top of the chain. All the brass on the scrolls gets a really light coat of gold over the top to make them shine. There's a small section of belt in here that I'm just going to be painting with a medium to a light brown. The lower left leg is done, so it's time to get started on the part of the model that has the pretty purple dress on it. First thing I have to do is start painting the book of bad poetry that he's carrying around on that chain. The book gets my standard brown recipe, going from dark to medium to light brown. Because I have the attention span of a goldfish, I'm going to be switching on over to working on the gun holster with some brass. Back to painting up the cookbook. I'm picking out all of the metal detail with the gunmetal gray. Hey, surprise! It's magic wash, because it works so very well to pick out all these fine details. Normally, I use washes first, but on the book, I need to age the pages and also get into the cracks. They're just too small to paint otherwise and lose the detail on. So I'm going to be putting it over the tan color that I laid down. The gun holster has a ribbon detail on it. I'm just going to pick it out in yellow, going from deep yellow to medium yellow to light yellow. This is another reason why I really like this model, all the little details. In this case, I'm going to be painting up the ribbon that's holding the place in the book. Time to work on the cloak section of the model, and I'm going to be painting up the collar, hood. Look, I don't know what that thing is behind his head, but I do know that there's a part of the head that has a tube sticking in it that comes back behind here. So I'm going to be painting it up like skin just to keep the flow of the model working properly, starting off with a flesh wash. Picking out some wire detail with dark, medium, light yellow. For a base layer on the skin, I'm using an old Citadel color called Dwarf Flesh. This is what it looks like, it's just in a different container. This is my next layer for the flesh inside the overcompensating collar. And for Violators, you have to thin them down. There is no way you want to use this just straight out of the dropper. Going to lighter and lighter skin tones, again with thinned down Violators. there are holes where the skin hasn't grown over the metal yet, so I'm just going to pick those details out right now. Then a quick hit of magic wash to complete the effect. Aw, the sorcerer has a pet snaky that lives on his backpack. Let's give that a nice green set of scales. What do you say? Start off with some green wash. I'm going with a more natural style green instead of some really vibrant color on this snake. And $2 for a bottle of paint? Oh my god, I'm old. This isn't looking too bad. I just need to touch that up. This light green is pretty weak and it thins itself out right out of the pot, so I'm just going to put a light layer over the green for the snake. There's 4 eyeballs on the back of this backpack, but I've buggered them up pretty bad with the blue paint, so I'm going to reprime them right now to get them ready to go. The eyes are going to be a deep orange to a light yellow fade with a black pupil in the middle. I just need to fix the outline of the eyes and... crap. My 20-year-old ink is gone. Well, not really. Games Workshop just outsourced their ink to Liquitex, and that's still available on the market. I'm continuing the snake pattern motif from the backpack up onto the, whatever the heck this is on his head. And because I missed it the first time around, I'm taking care of this one tube that's coming off of his head as well with the flesh wash. His skin tone and face are going to be following the same recipe as the one in the collar. So it's going to start off with dwarf flesh, moving to the Violators, flat flesh, and then the lighter skin tones. Time to pick out that blue armor here on the head. Time to finish out the lizard hat that he's wearing, so we're going to be using that medium green, light green, and bone for the teeth. This color selection is for the soft armor on his neck, along with the colors that are going to go into his mouth. The purple and pink for the tongue, and then the varnish on top to give it all a little bit of shine. I'm using Magic Wash and Flesh Wash here to go and add depth, both to the armor and back to the face where I screwed up. Time to put the highlights on the blue armor and the soft armor. Every wizard has a magic stick for some reason, and our Chaos Sorcerer is no exception. I'm going to be using brown and light brown on the leather that is hanging off of the staff, and then using brass and gunmetal to complete the rest of it, in what should be a surprise to absolutely no one at this point. Time to put on the Magic Wash to give some aging and depth to the metalwork. Time to clean up the areas that got a little bit dark and then put on the highlights. Here's where things go sideways. I recorded the colors that are going to go into the eyeball that's on the staff, but the recording hereafter all failed. I don't have recording of the after for the eyeball on the staff or the highlights that I did on the armor. Model assembly is very straightforward. We just summon the Lord of Change and ta-da! It's done. No, I don't have a base on the model yet, but that's because I don't know what's available now. I want to do my whole army at the same time and have it be consistent across the entire force with whatever kind of new cool stuff is available these days. So, until then, I'll see you. Thanks for watching.
Dad.
Yeah.
Is that how you're gonna end the video?
Well, I planned on it. Why?
Don't people usually have a white backdrop and play heavy metal music with the miniature?
Well, I guess. Do I need to do that too?
Yeah.
Oh. Really?